Hello, welcome to Sneakers How To. This is the Nike Do-It-Yourself Kit powered by Rit Beginner's Tutorial. This is the Nike Do-It-Yourself Kit, and here's what's inside. We have a crew neck that's 80% cotton, some gloves and rubber bands, Rit powder dyes in Kelly green and purple, an instruction pamphlet, and some cool patches. And you'll also need a baking rack and a plastic container to catch the dye, some scissors or box cutter, and you'll also need paper towels and an iron. And last but not least, you'll need ice. We use ice to kind of carry the dyes throughout the fabric, and it creates this really cool watercolor effect. First things first, we are going to rinse your sweatshirt really thoroughly. And once you're done, you want to wring it out really good so that it's just slightly damp. And once that's done, you want to lay it out flat on a clean surface. And the scrunch method is so easy, there's really no way to mess it up. You grab sections randomly and kind of grab it and pull it towards the center. The irregularities in this patterning creates really cool, organic looking watercolor effects, and it's one of my favorites. It's, again, so easy to do. And once you have that, you want to put it on top of your setup here. Just like so. And the more irregularities and folds you have, the more cool patterns you'll get. And to help keep all the ice on top of it, we're going to create a little collar with the cardboard box that this kit came in. And just use some tape to hold that together. Doesn't have to be perfect, just gotta get the general shape. Make sure your sweatshirt kind of fits in there. And there you have it. That's how you set it up. It's pretty easy from here on out. All you have to do is put your ice over your garment, and then honestly the easiest part, just sprinkling the powder dye over the ice. So use little if you want more white space, but if you want a lot of color, go a little heavy. The green will split into this pretty blue and true green, and then the purple kind of has hints of red in it. And don't worry if you get this on your table, Rit dye is non-toxic and septic safe, so you can throw it away in your sink right afterwards. Now that the ice has melted all the way through, it's time to rinse this out. You want to keep it in the shape that it's in so that none of the unabsorbed dyes end up in areas you don't want it to be in. You really want to be patient here and make sure you rinse it until the water runs clear. And you also want to be using cold water. It's going to be really tempting to take a peek, but just keep it in its shape. And once you're done rinsing, you just want to throw it into the dryer. You can put an old towel in there to kind of speed up the process. And there you have it. You can kind of see the blues that split from the green dye and the variations in the purple, little specks of red from the purple dye as well. I also went ahead and dyed and ironed on this patch already, but I'll show you how to do that in just a second. To dye the patches, all you have to do is put about a teaspoon or tablespoon of powder dye and hot water into glass jars or some type of container. Do a little dip. And I'm gonna do a little half and half dip dye here, so I'm only gonna put in half of it, flip her over, and dip the other portion into the green dye bath. The longer you keep it in there, the more color it'll take, so if you want it darker, you can kind of keep it in there for longer, but if you want it lighter, you can just kind of do a quick dip. If you ended up with too much green, all you have to do is dip it back into the purple. Alright, we're gonna put her right around there. You're gonna take your iron and place it over the patch and hold it for about 15 to 30 seconds. I'm gonna get it into the cotton setting. This helps to melt the adhesive that's behind the patch to secure it onto your fabric. If you want a more secure attachment, you can also sew with a needle and thread, do a little back stitch, and if you have a sewing machine, you could use a zigzag stitch to secure it on as well. She's all done. Thank you for joining us here at the Rit Test Kitchen for the Nike Do-It-Yourself Kit Beginner's Tutorial.